What's up, goats, and welcome to the Battlefield 4 campaign review. Now, this game is in contention for my favorite Battlefield game, but the campaign is, and I'm gonna be honest here, god awful. Now, this is just some dumb guy on the internet's opinion, so if this is your favorite game ever, then I don't know, maybe play some more video games. But it's super short, like there's only like 7 missions. But the one saving grace, in my opinion, is the over-the-top set pieces. It's so unrealistic that it's entertaining. Also, Merry Late Christmas. Tell me what you got in the comments below. But let's just jump right into this mess. Yeah, so I tried to upload this earlier and they just completely blocked it because of this song. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep talking till the recording starts, or the commentary. So yeah, what's up, guys? Like the video. Alright, I'll see you later. This mission starts with copyrighted music, so that's always fun. But you get introduced to Tombstone Squad, and it's pretty funny that they're all about to die. You got Sergeant Dunn, the squad leader, Irish and Pack, who are the other dudes in the squad, and you play as Wrecker, a silent protagonist. And Dunn knows what must be done. Then the game cuts to 15 minutes earlier, which I have a problem with. I hate games or movies that show the end first, then flashes back. Just start me off on the flashback. But it seems like you're up Shit's Creek with no ammo and are alone, so you start walking through the school or some shit. You reach his room and Pack says he almost shot me in the face, which is kind of mean. But then Dunn busts in and Pack says he's got some kind of intel and that we're fighting Russians. Alright, hold up. Let me just tell you the plot right now. So the Chinese are facing a military coup and the Russians are helping. So that's why you fight not only Russians, but you also fight Chinese. You see Irish on the street and he legit Michael Vicks some dogs. You take out some soldiers and Irish climbs up. Move down the hallway and haven't been spotted yet, so I use the new engage target feature. Yeah, I don't fucking know, dude. You kill some more goons and move up.
Fudged up, but I'm up.
I mean, we just killed a bunch of guys, but sure, don't cuss, because it's naughty. You get a grenade launcher and blow the wall open. You reach this wide open area and Dunn gives you some binoculars, which I didn't know how to use, so I just sent it, to be honest. Oh, by the way, the loadouts from Bad Company 2 are back, so that's cool, I guess. You start moving towards the extraction point, and of course, meet some resistance, because I guess it would be boring if you didn't. After walking through the sewer and fighting for like 5 minutes, you reach the warehouse and start heading up the elevator. A chopper shows up and blasts your ass, and now you have to run, hide, and run again until you reach the roof. Yeah, this shit is maximum level Michael Bay. But you start hanging off the side and catch Dunn. Then you fall like 100 feet with concrete on top of you and somehow are alive. But Dunn isn't so lucky, and he got caught under some rubble. Some random dude shows up and Irish just carjacks him. You cut Dunn's leg off and hop in the car. You start driving, you actually get to drive, so that's cool. And the graphics on this game are pretty insane. You can't even tell that this game came out almost 10 years ago in 2013. The chopper keeps harassing you until... That was pretty awesome, but it doesn't work out because Wrecker decides to drive into the ocean for some reason. Then it cuts to after you shoot out the window and the mission ends. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Probably the best mission in the game because it was the one they decided to show at E3. But I told you about the action in this game. Really over the top.
Hope nothing happens to the car.
Relax, little brother. We're gonna be alright.
This mission, your job is to extract some VIPs out of China. And in the cutscene, the general makes Wrecker the leader now. Yeah, that's a good idea. Make the dude who never talks the leader. This dude phases through the wall and you get stopped at a military checkpoint. You head left and see some riots or some shit. But this dude throws a brick and Irish somehow gets the van stuck. Like, it's pretty impressive how he got stuck like this. You head up onto this roof and see the building you're supposed to be in. You reach the street and now have to sneak in. And by sneak in, I mean just use the side entrance. I mean, we even use the main stairs too. You get in the elevator and take a gun from Pack.
Close the fucking door.
Okay, now the whole city knows you're here. Also, look at Wrecker's thumb. It was bothering me the whole time I was playing. It looks like a fucking big toe. You find some enemies and start fighting. You find this door and have to wait for Pac to hack it or some shit. So you start setting up defenses. These fuckers start rappelling down instead of using an elevator like a normal person. So you take them out and Pac opens the door. You reach the room that the VIPs are in and it's fucked. Luckily they move rooms and you see the people you're supposed to extract. Some bitch named Hannah and her dopey ass husband who looks pretty hurt. You also see this guy named Kovic and he recommends that you steal a chopper, but Irish has a problem with it for some reason. Like, what the fuck do you want us to do? You get up to the roof and clear it. You open the door and Kovic pushes you aside, which there is no need for, you bitch. Then the husband gets shot again. They dip and you clear the roof. I wanted to see if you could jump on this railing and my dumbass jumped over it, so I died. You hop in another elevator and Irish reveals that he's afraid of heights. Okay. You reach the lobby and start shitting on everyone. You run down the street and a tank shows up. So now you have to run through the alleyways while dodging the tanks and killing goons. You reach the street again and this couple let you inside. How nice. You start conversing and I'm already really fucking bored with this campaign, to be honest. So you have to destroy the tank blocking your path and it's like a boss fight. A really shitty one since you just throw a C4 on it and kill it in like 3 seconds. And another one shows up but you just do the same thing. You reach a dock and get on a boat and start heading towards your ship. So that was an EMP, and Irish tells all the civilians to follow us, and the mission ends. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. It was just boring as fuck. There's no set pieces, so, bad mission.
Yo. Wrecker.
This picture starts with Wrecker waking from a nappy nap, and this dude tries to talk to you, but he's a side character, so I don't give a shit. Now this really fun part happens, guys, where you have to walk around the ship for like 5 minutes trying to find your squad. And if you don't know what sarcasm is, that was it, and it's a really shitty part. You find Pac and the lady we rescued named Hannah tries to get in the room with her husband. They let her in, and Pac says something pretty sus.
You and him kiss and make up yet?
You are a gay motherfucker.
Seems like Pac is pretty upset that Irish let all these civilians come on board by himself and overstep me, since I'm the leader and all. But it's hard to fault him on that because I legit never talk in the entire game. You find Irish and he gives an apple to the child like she's a fucking monkey at a zoo. Him and Pac fight for a bit and I don't give a shit, so you go to meet Garrison. Then you see the big ass ship named the Titan and it's just completely fucked up. So Garrison appoints Kovic to squad leader and tells you to get some info off of that ship. So you gear up and set off in a dinghy and Irish nails Kovic.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, you find a hull breach and park your ass inside. You then start crawling through and start walking through the ship. You find a hatch and head into water. Now this part is super annoying. There's like a weird glitch that happens for some reason in this water where it feels like something is sucking you backwards and you move like a millimeter per second and it's very frustrating. I spent like 4 minutes in this goddamn water before I got out. But you start moving up and here's some survivors. So you open the door and see these dudes stuck. The grate is welded shut, so there's really nothing we could do. Wow, Irish is really fucking stupid. Like, I understand that he wants to save the survivors and all, but the mission comes first. He's a terrible soldier. You reach the control room and grab a hard drive. Then Kovic snatches away from me like a pussy. You bust open the door and see some Chinese soldiers, so you light them up, and it's extremely hard to see in this room since all of the buttons are super bright for some reason. Eventually you make it past and walk into this hallway. Yeah, I don't really know how realistic that is, but I'm just gonna guess not very. But after you jump, you start fighting enemies on the deck, and then finally jump off this boat into the water. You hop into this conveniently placed boat with the turret, and now have to make your way back to the Valkyrie, while enemy boats chase you. It takes about 3 minutes, but once you crash land in the hangar, you have to clear it of enemies. I don't know how they got on the boat, but we'll roll with it. Then holy fuck, you start walking through the ship again for like the 3rd time, Jesus. But now when you get outside, you have to take down a chopper. And I do it with a non-lock-on launcher because I'm nasty like that. You clear the second hangar and reach the med bay where Hannah is. And she just completely shits on these dudes like it's nothing. And Irish seems to be mad with Hannah for some reason. You reach the deck and have to take out more goons. And you help Kovic move this blade. Then you get shit on by a chopper. Then more goons show up and you have to take them out. Kovic is dead and I honestly couldn't care less. But on the bright side, you're the leader again. You climb the ladder and kill the dudes in the bridge and find Garrison, who's protecting the VIP. Then the mission ends. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It was super boring. Like 50% of it was walking through the ships, 25% was of that swimming part, and the other 25 was just killing goons. The only reason it ranked higher than the last mission is because of that shot of dopamine when the ship broke apart.
Let's go, Marines, let's go! Captain's orders, Irish. Whoa, where do you think you're going?
This mission you have to destroy a Chinese airfield. I don't really know why, but you have to. And Hannah is also tagged along, and Irish doesn't seem to like it.
In my opinion, bad fucking idea, Wrecker. She's a risk and a liability.
Yeah, she's a risk, but you just pointed your fucking gun barrel in my face like 10 times right there. Garrison gives a speech, but it's pretty shit, so I'm just not gonna include it. You head out, and it's really stormy. You land on a beach like D-Day, and I die instantly. After you clear the beach, you follow the tank and start fighting more goons. After 5 minutes of fighting, the tank squad almost gets mortared. So you hop in the tank. Somehow your squad knows how to do that, but you see some enemy tanks and start fighting. This tank second is pretty bad since it's just killing people for like 5 minutes, and you really can't destroy anything in the tank. And then you reach this park area, and it's legit like turn-based combat. There's just like 4 tanks, and you just have to shoot, then they shoot, then you shoot. It's very fucking boring. Finally, you get out of the tank and kill some soldiers and clear this building. I don't know what happened here, but the game glitched and they wouldn't jump down, so I had a restart checkpoint. But thankfully, it was in the same room. Somehow only 4 Marines made it out of all the people who left. I don't understand that. But Irish brings up a good point about how it's a 4 versus army. Then Hannah says,
"What is your problem? You don't like having a woman in your squad?"
I don't have a problem with women. I got a problem with liars!
this is just really stupid drama, and Irish is acting like a little bitch for like no reason. We start heading onto the bridge and move through this bus and drop all the dudes. Yep, that's bullshit. How to push a car over, but we're just walking. Anyway, you jump over the barrier and stumble. Then you get pinned by a car. While pinned, you drop some goons, and they try pulling the car, but then a massive boat just comes out of nowhere and just shits on the bridge. Somehow no one is hurt at all. So you just dust yourself off and kill 2 dudes chilling there. You start slowly walking through the sewers until, you guessed it, you end up right on the airfield somehow. Well, in a hangar on the airfield. This part is just kill a shit ton of dudes until you reach this jeep. Pack fires a flare to start the bombardment, so you start dealing with the enemies. The bombing happens, and I'll just let it play for a second. Yeah, that was pretty fucking crazy. But now you get captured by Hannah and the Chinese, so apparently she betrayed you. Let's just see, shall we? Then the mission ends. I'll go to 4 out of 10. It was super long and super boring. Had a long ass take section, and that set piece at the end wasn't worth playing through that shitty mission for.
Your mission in Shanghai, Sergeant Wrecker. What was it?
This mission you're getting interrogated by the Chinese when Irish spills the whole military's information for these dudes. Then you get tased. You wake up and remember how I said that you'll never see this guy again in the Battlefield 3 video? Well, here he is, and he's in this prison. It's Dima from Battlefield 3. He's a pretty nice guy. He gives you a shank and proposes a plan to escape, so he's pretty cool. You follow him through the pipes and shit until you reach the main central command center. I don't fucking know. Now you have to stealth through to the guard tower. You open all the cells and all hell breaks loose. You kill a bunch of guards and see Irish, so he comes with you. Again, look at his thumb. It's like a big toe. What the fuck is that? It's so distracting. You hop in this elevator, and once you reach the top, it's a whole lot of military sanctioned murder. Dima opens his door, and you crawl under and get jumped. Oh, Hannah's here again, but she's a good guy this time. But I guess that doesn't matter to Irish. It's revealed that Hannah is supposed to protect someone named Jin Jae, who I guess is China's leader before the coup happened. I don't fucking care. You open the door and Hannah gives you binoculars. Thanks, Hannah. Yeah, that would make me forgive you. Anyway, there's no way to stealth past this part, so I just shit on everyone and reach the ski lift. Of course, nothing can go right ever, so Chopper shows up. Dima dies, but everyone else is fine. Don't ask me. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Honestly, it's a bore to play through this campaign. There's no stakes in the story. The characters suck. The fucking plot sucks. I don't know. Just next mission.
Fucking piece of shit!
Do you need me to drive, Irish?
I'm good, Hannah. I got it.
Somehow, the group got out of the mountains pretty easy.
Let me take the wheel.
That's the last thing I would do, Hannah.
Whoa, what do you mean by that, Irish? Is that a racist comment or a sexist comment? You decide in the comments. But anyway, you're trying to find a way back to the ship when you come across a secret US outpost. They tell you that the main base is in Old Town, so you just make your way outside. You now have an open area where you have to clear out enemies and tanks. Pretty boring shit. You make it to this bridge and now are in the US base. Seems pretty fast, but I count out like 20 minutes of fighting, so you're welcome. You meet Major Greenland, who's just a major bitch, but you ask her to get you to the Valkyrie and she says no because the dam has AA guns on it, so you have to go blow it up. I'm going through this pretty quick, but trust me, I'm doing us all a favor here. You take a truck and reach the dam, but you guessed it, more killing happens. There's like no variety between the missions. I mean, I'm not asking for a lot here, but just add some new mechanics or some shit. God damn. You make it to the elevator and it seems like Hannah and Irish made up in like 10 seconds. Once you reach the bottom, you of course start fighting goons. You start planting charges along the hallway. Then you go out onto the catwalks on the outside of the dam. You reach the end of the scaffolding and decide to blow the dam while you're still on it, so that's a good idea.
That was close. No, wait. No, no. Hang on!
Yeah, no one would ever survive that, but your whole squad does somehow. They're not even injured. Greenland shows up and gives you a ride to your ship. Then the mission ends. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, how did they survive that? It's just boring, repetitive combat with action set pieces as filler. It just sucks. Next mission.
It's the worst goddamn 3 hours of my life. Not exactly the ride home I was looking for.
There's the Valkyrie.
Yeah. Sailing right into a death trap.
Thank God, it's the last mission. You jump out of the plane and parachute on the ship and start fighting on the deck. Yo, look at this flashbang. Your objective is to obviously save the Valkyrie from Chinese forces, and to do that you have to kill a metric shit ton of enemies, like the whole population of China, which is like fucking 2 billion people or something. After you clear the deck, you walk through the ship for like the 5th fucking time in this campaign and open the door.
Drop it, motherfucker! Jesus, Rick. I almost shot you in the face again.
Somehow Pac returns and it doesn't explain shit. No, like literally it doesn't explain it.
You had me fucked, and I got unfucked. Let's leave it at that.
But you bust the door open and kill some fools. You reach Jin Jae and there's goons outside the door. And by the gameplay you can tell I was bored as hell. And I didn't even really hear what they're saying. But you open the door and the Chinese see the prophet and lay down their guns. What the fuck? So if the Chinese soldiers respect this dude so much, why the fuck did the military just hide him for so long? He legit stopped the war single-handedly. It makes no sense. Anyway, the dictator Chang has a warship, so you and Irish and Hannah go to take it out with nothing but C4 and have to do another long-ass boat part. You get the boat there and grapple up to the bridge. And since nothing can go well, the charge doesn't work, and you have to choose one person to sacrifice themselves. Because I sure say I'm not going to do it. Honestly, I could care less who does it, but canonically, Hannah dies, so I give it to her.
Motherfuckers!
It's set. Push the button, Rucker.
You're gonna kill her!
God damn.
Then the game ends. That was a dog shit ending. 2 out of 10. I'm going to save my thoughts for the next segment though, so yeah. That was a literal piece of garbage. I don't know if you can make a worse single player campaign if you tried. It's apparent that they just had no idea and no vision on what to do, since they literally said like, hey, let's just make a ton of action set pieces and build the game around those. And that's a good idea. And even those set pieces are wildly unrealistic, but they are the only entertaining parts of the game. Every other part of the game where there was not something fucking over the top going on had me like this.
This is the dullest moment I've ever experienced.
Everything from the plot to the dialogue to the characters are just bleh. And the funny part is, I remember liking this campaign when I was younger. I thought it was super fun, but I must have rode the short bus because this is the worst campaign of any video game I've ever played, and it deserves the 2 out of 10 I give it. God, it's so fucking bad. Again, this is just my opinion, so if you like the game, don't come for me in the comments, but yeah. Now the multiplayer. In my opinion, it's the complete opposite, and I think it's one of the best multiplayer games I've ever played in terms of FPS games. Everything about it is pretty much perfect. The guns are great, the class system is amazing, the squad system is perfect, the maps are great, along with the inclusion of Levolution, which can completely change how a map is played. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Okay, so right here, you see a timer for 2 minutes, and you could either pause it or just let it go. And when the 2 minutes are up, a huge ass explosion happens, and then a fucking giant pipe falls in the middle lane, so now tanks and shit can't get through there. It's pretty awesome. And that's one of the tamest ones. On Siege of Shanghai, look at this shit. Yeah, that's in the middle of a multiplayer match. Also, the DLC was great. It's clear that they spent 99.99% of the budget on the multiplayer, and it's still alive today, so that's awesome. Well, there you have it, my review of Battlefield 4's campaign. I do not recommend it, to say the least. But if you disagree with my dumb opinion, let me know in the comments. But if you agree, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one. See ya.